Welcome, Scorpio, to MsAmazing Tarot. Hope all of you are doing well, vibing high, being amazing as you are. Let's go ahead and do your daily vibe report for Thursday before Bob the Builder gets started out there. So let's do universe, angels, ancestors, spirit guides. What messages do you have for Scorpio when it comes to their overall energy for Thursday, August the 27th? August 27th. Overall energy for Scorpio universe. She looked like, dude, she was going, she didn't like stop until like 10 o'clock last night. Like, she was just going. I was like, are you serious? On the back porch taking my braids out and everything. Like, this, she just going. Cigarette hanging off her lip like a mechanic. Like, whatever she building, she determined. She is determined. Reminds me of your energy. Like, whatever you got going on, you don't give a fuck. You look, you building what you building, and that's just it. You got a plan. You got your saw, and look, you got all your tools, and you doing what you need to do. So, universe, overall energy for Scorpio. And we got that eclipse. Ooh. And when I talk about a saw, cutting folks off, Scorpio. Breaking old patterns. 818. Patterns, reflection, change, growth, mindset, and cycles. We've been talking about this all week. It's a lot of things that you're changing this week. You're making some big changes. Pause and reflect before moving forward with any project. Even if you're deeply interested, taking time to reconsider can benefit everyone involved. Avoid getting stuck in negative thought patterns as what we focus on tends to manifest. So ask yourself, Scorpio, what old patterns or negative thoughts are holding you back? How can you break these cycles and focus on positive change? Working to the wee hours of the night like Bob the Builder over there to get shit done. I got it. I got the message, universe. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So they want you to take time for a personal retreat or journal about patterns you want to change. Reflect on past experiences, shift your mindset, and introduce small positive changes to build healthier habits. When it says retreat and journal about patterns, I automatically thought about, because I was listening to the Queen Powell on YouTube. Shout out to her. And she was talking about the eclipse and the full moon in Pisces and things of that nature. And she did have some journal prompts as far as, like, list 5 things that, you like to list 5 things that you liked about yourself as a child. How have you made those changes and implement them as an adult? And also identifying with the masculine energy and how masculine energy shows up in your life, or how you show up in masculine energy. So you may want to check that out, especially when it comes to the journal prompts. All right. So this is about breaking old habits. Positivity at the bottom here, 233. So breaking those negative thought patterns and stepping into positivity instead of worrying about the negative aspects of how things fell apart before and how things feel like they're falling apart. How about step into the lane of positivity and say, you know what? Everything is going to work out. I may not know how. I may not be in control of how, but I know it's going to work out. Just as simple as that. So, and if you got to keep repeating it to yourself, it's going to work out. Everything's going to work out. It took me about 2 hours to take my braids done because I kept stopping and, writing down notes and grabbing my birth chart and everything else. So it was definitely something that I benefited from when it came to, okay, these journal prompts. Yeah, I do need to journal more, as far as what's going, not just my day-to-day activity, but more so, and shout out again to the Queen Poe. So, universe, angels, ancestors, spirit guides. Scorpio breaking the old patterns. Give us more on this. 6 of Cups. So it could be past patterns, things that it could stem from childhood. Ace of Wands. Brand new beginning. Fool, taking that leap. It's like breaking those patterns from the past to say, you know what? I mean, because the Ace of Wands, that is about positivity. New growth. You know, this branch is not fully submerged in leaves and things like that. So it gives the representation of when things are beginning to bud. It's not fully grown yet, but it's getting there. So it's like, you know what? I'm stepping out on faith. I'm taking this leap. I'm taking this risk to go towards a brand new beginning of, you know, positivity, compassion, reflecting on how I can spread joy and hope in my life and the lives of others, considering my mindset and how to maintain optimism and hope. So bringing more positivity into your daily life and those around you. Double Aquarius here with the star, and that the star positivity, you know what I'm saying? Just look at that. Page of Cups. Hope. That's that mustard seed of hope that everything is going to work out. And now your ships are coming in. Looking forward to your ships coming in. Almost like, you know what? I set the intention. I'm breaking these old patterns from the past. Taking that leap towards positivity, healing, you know. And it also says perform one act of kindness or share a positive message with someone today. This could be the message. Either you're receiving a message, or, you know what I'm saying, as a confirmation from the universe, or you sending that message of positivity to someone. I'm looking at how this message is coming in, how this Page of Cups is looking at this. I know it's just how I have it set up, but it gave an image of sending a message of hope and inspiration, of encouragement. To make forward progress. I'll catch it in a minute. Okay. 4 of Pentacles, 7 of... Okay, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. The Fool. Why is the Fool here? Is somebody sending you a message? Fool. Why is the Fool here for Scorpio? What's going on here too? You may have been a little defensive about taking this leap. Fighting it. Could have been some conflict going on where there could have been some conflict going on and you had to set up some boundaries. You had to it was a struggle to bring something to a close, and now you're able to take that leap with the Fool. 4 of Pentacles. Is this somebody you blocked? You broke an old pattern? You set those boundaries and you stand on it. You ain't bending for nothing. You ain't bending for nothing. 2 of Pentacles. You got double Capricorn here. You could be you may have a lot on your plate right now. You may have been, that's the ebbs and flows, like the emotional roller coaster. That's probably why you got off. Like, look, this ain't, nah, I got to break this pattern and heal. Yeah. Hermit, and you may have went into hermit mode to do some soul searching. We are in a Virgo season with the Hermit there. You had to do some soul searching. You had to pause and reflect before moving forward. with any brand new beginning with someone. And it's just like, is this worth my time? Is this worth my investment? Even though I've put time in, because 7 of Wands, I mean, that's a lot of wands. So even though I put time in, you know, is this keeping me stuck in a negative thought process? So taking that leap to do the healing, let go of the past, break those old patterns, start. And look at that. And by doing so brings in long-term success, financial stability, because you took that fucking leap. You took that leap. Driven to succeed. You're determined. Well, and somebody's on your heels. Somebody's on your heels. Like Tom was on Jerry, boy. Somebody is on your heels. Whoever this is from the past. That's why I said I got stuck here. I said, is this somebody sending you a message? And you got your back turned because you're manifesting. You may have this person blocked or keep, you know, being stingy with your energy because you got the 7 of Swords here. Oops, let me make sure you can see that. You got the 7 of Swords here. So we're not going to act like we don't see that there. Come on, camera, stay. It's going to slide back. And that's why I said I was looking at how this was being presented. But you got your back turned here. This person is coming in. You're doing the healing. You're manifesting. You're looking. Your ships are coming in for you. You're looking towards the future. The Magician. Why is the Magician here? I know that ain't the bearded Powell. Lovers. Because I gotta know. This devil. Is this somebody Scorpio walked away from? That's obsessive. Yes, 6 of Pentacles. And I don't know if you can see the yes on here. I rarely use these cards. But yes, 6 of Pentacles. This person, High Priestess, you know exactly who it is. Either trying to hold on to you, block you, keep you restricted, control you. Because the 4 of Pentacles is about control too. Hermit. You ain't talking and somebody is flipping out. Strength. You found that inner strength to maintain control when it comes to the bearded potbelly, and they got somebody in their head. So that conflict, this fighting, this suffering, this disagreements, this ain't you. This is what's going on within, okay, universe, within someone. Negative thoughts. And if this is you, Scorpio, your obsession for whatever this manifestation is these negative thoughts. You got to remove that. That's the inner conflict. But back to what I was saying, old patterns. If this is a person and you see there's repeated patterns and things like that, even within yourself, you're forgiving, and you know, forgiving someone doesn't mean allowing them access again. Is that something that you would normally do? So it says, even though you're deeply invested, take time to reconsider and avoid getting stuck in a negative mindset, as with whatever you focus on tends to manifest. So if you want that new beginning, don't let negativity creep in. Clear that shit up with some positivity. Hit them chakras, hit them I am manifestations, or go down a list with the I know, I see, I speak, I love, I do, I feel, I am. When you start thinking of when that negative shit start creeping in, you know how you be in a car and you just all of a sudden you start thinking about something that don't have shit. You don't even know how you got there. But you catch yourself like, why the hell am I thinking about this? You know what? I am divine. I am intuitive. I'm expressive. I am loved. I am powerful. I am creative. I am safe. Break that shit up. And whenever I find myself in there or I need to think some shit, I done cleaned up my laundry room. I done cleaned that up. Like, I done folded every single thing. I'm so proud of myself. But yeah, when I do it, okay, it's time to fold some shit. Let me focus on, find a healthy distraction to clear up those and put on some good music. Or if I'm watching TV, I put on some PJs, some old shit that, make you laugh, some Hey Arnold or something, and do a Sudoku puzzle. Just try to break that up. Just try to break those patterns up. Because in doing that, it's keeping your manifestations blocked. It's like self-sabotaging yourself with the negative mindset and the old patterns. So this is definitely about breaking those old patterns, things you used to do in the past, things you used to do with people in the past. And to begin looking towards the future. Your ships are coming in. You ain't got time to be dilly-dallying with shit, from the past negative mindsets, because all that's going to do is block your manifestations. You cheating yourself. You run around with 5 swords and shit. Come on now. We didn't talk about that. But if this is someone from the past that's having a hard time with you taking this leap and going, doing what you need to do for you, healing for you, yeah, they trying to trip you up. Absolutely. Those negative thoughts that's coming in, you don't know where it's coming from, you feeling pulling on your energy, of course they trying to hold on to you. I mean, the devil was the first card that came out. The bearded pot. Oh, I'll never call him the devil. My bad. You know it's serious when I call him by the real name, the devil, instead of the bearded potbelly. That was the first card that came out, so of course, there's a toxic attachment, a cord that possibly needs to be cut, needs to be severed. And look at that. They is determined. So I know somebody didn't think that you was gonna chase their ass. Because isn't this a good depiction of somebody? I'm running with the swords. It's like a little toddler, like they pick up the remote and just take off. And you like, give it here. It's like, why you running with swords? I know somebody didn't think that, what's going on here, universe? Because we nosy. What's going on here with this 7 of Swords? Universe says somebody think you playing. It's like they chasing after you. You running for real. It's almost like this person going this way. Fool, this way. Like you're going in a different direction and there's somebody's chasing you now, trying to hold on to you. This could be somebody you're going to have to block. You may have to block, because if you think about this, the magician is the bookend, is the end. You may have to block this person. Give me some more on this 7 of Swords and this Knight of Swords. What's going on here? Tom and Jerry. Shady. Shade T. Love message there. I told you was going to get a message. You are the one that's going to get the message. But you know this person is shady. They're trying to keep themselves attached to you. And this is about you breaking those old patterns. Like, you're not giving in. You're taking a moment before moving forward, before responding, before giving in to the old patterns, the old negative mindset. This person can shoot a fucking message being shady, and you like, really? And instead of, you know, even acknowledging it, you like, no, man, it ain't even. No, because that's no. Secret accounts. So this person could be watching you from secret accounts. Yeah, they on that cycle. You've learned the lesson, and it's just like, look, the lesson has been learned. I caught the patterns. I've changed my mindset. I've done the reflection that I need to do on my part to make the necessary changes. Now this is about growth. I have to break those old patterns and step into positivity and bring more positivity into my daily life. And if that includes not talking to you, not being around y'all, not working here, hey, so be it. So be it. Yeah, you sitting here chilling, doing your meditating, doing the healing, and somebody's, here they come. I love you. Trying to hold on to you, trying to stay connected to you, but it's a wrap. It's curtains. It's curtains, Dutch. Closed casket. You ain't getting on this merry-go-round no more. Not the divine feminine and or masculine. Nope. Not at all. You too, I mean, there could have been bumping of the head, some arguments going on. This person may want to go back and forth with you. You already know what that is. With that Ace of Wands, coming in with that love offer. See a future in your ass. Come on now. And with the bearded potbelly and the magician, that wine is toxic as hell. They trying to do a love spell. Like, ma'am or sir, you was concentrating way too much. Scorpio didn't even concentrate that much. You had to thump a motherfucker in the forehead. What the fuck you thinking about while you down there? No, motherfucker, get up. You was, no, don't even try, Scorpio. Like, no, this person ain't happy. And they trying to put that energy off on you. They trying to sabotage you because they ain't happy. Because I could just only imagine, my Scorpio mind, oh my God. I could just only imagine in the mix of that and you just staring at somebody like, this motherfucker thinking way too hard. This motherfucker saying some shit in their head. They doing a fucking love spell. Because it's all about the intention. All about the intention and what you thinking about. Like what you repeating in your head. And I know that shit work because, let me tell you, side note, way back in the day, I had somebody come visit. And they laid their head, because I was wondering when they were gonna leave, but then they laid their head like on my chest or like on my shoulder, kind of like on my right shoulder, on my chest a little bit. And in my head, I began to say the Lord's Prayer. And no sooner than I got to like the second verse, this person got up like, I'm going ahead, head out and everything. That let me know right there, though, this motherfucker ain't right. Because soon as I started to recite the Lord's Prayer in my head, I'm like, Universe, angels, ancestors, spirit guides. Don't do that, Scorpio. Next time, and then you and there recite Bible scriptures in the middle of the act just to see. Universe, angels, ancestors, spirit guides. I know a Scorpio is just having a talk. Denial, no, do not give this. Nope. It's like, what are you refusing to see? Is it better to live the truth than a lie? Perhaps you're insisting that reality. Perhaps you are insisting that reality be something other than what it is. Keeping up appearances. Telling yourself certain things. That you got to be perfect. You got to have it all together. No. It could be causing delays. It's like you are enough and you have what it takes to improve your finances. You just got somebody that's trying to hold on to it or trying to hold on to you. The past, something from the past, perhaps an old job could be coming back, an unfinished project, you're earning more. Life purpose. Ask for what you need and the things will align for you to carry out your goal. What is meant for you will be for you and never leave you as long as you continue to push forward. So the universe is saying, let's just say that there was a promotion or that you were going for. You decided, you know what? Hold on just one moment. Sorry about that. That was a notary thing. So possibly you go for that promotion or something and you get denied, or they go with another candidate. It's just like, because that's the wrong direction, you know. The universe is saying you will have new ideas and inspirations that will guide you towards your divine calling. And worrying about being perfect and everything else, look, you are enough and you have what it takes. Okay? Again, get out of that negative mindset, break those old patterns, and begin to, oh, look at that, 444. Universe A, yeah. Stay alert for those signs of synchronicities and those new ideas and inspirations. Positivity. It's time to be positive, hopeful, compassionate, optimistic, and change your mindset. So, you know what? That's a perfect example. I was saying that the other day about how I, like when I order my food, you know, instead when they say, you know, please pull around, I say, okay, I appreciate you when I give you your soda or whatever. And then today, I'm recording this on the 26th. Today, when I walked in to my first signing at the credit union, because the credit union, they have their own notaries, but it's a conflict of interest, so they hire an outside notary. Walked into the bank, and I said, good morning, lovelies. You know, I have a HELOC for such and such. And she said, good morning. You know, their faces completely changed. You know what I'm saying? There was nobody in the bank. It was the first, you know, when they first opened the door, I had to be there at 9. And I said, good morning, lovelies. I said, I have a HELOC for such and such. You know, I'm the notary. And they said, oh, you've been here before, haven't you? I think I've seen you before. I said, yes. You know, am I using the same office? And they was just like, yeah. And totally changed the vibe. Totally changed the vibe. So just something like that, just spreading positivity. You could see how that changes, how that changes the energy around you and others. So with that being said, Scorpio, that is all I have for you when it comes to your overall energy for Thursday, August the 27th. If you find that this resonates, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one.